Okay, so here is his x-rays. So when he's sitting down, we're going to go over his x-rays and then we're going to show him, we're going to start here in the neck. So we're going to say, there's the back of your skull, there's your jaw, and that's your neck. And we're going to compare your neck right there to that we call normal. Normal has a 43 to 45 degree curve in it. Why do we want the curve? Because the head goes back over the body, right? The head goes over the body, and I would show him, I would say the head goes back over the body, and when the head comes over the body, gravity pulls down and it locks the spine in place from top to bottom. That's why we want the curve, because the head goes back over the body, then gravity pulls down and it locks the spine in place, keeping the spine nice and strong. We look at yours and we see you've lost the curve. You have no curve. It's straight. And when it goes straight, the head goes in front of the body. That's what this yellow line is. And for every 1 inch that the head goes in front of the body, the head weighs an extra 10 pounds. So what we see here is his head is coming forward. Good. His head is coming forward 1.70 inches, which means his head weighs 10 pounds normal, 20 pounds. His head weighs 27 pounds on his atlas, that bone right there. And it weighs 27 pounds on the entire muscles of his low back, his mid back, and his neck. So that's like asking him, and I would say to him, put your arms out straight, and we give you a 27-pound weight to hold with your arms straight and your arms locked. After 30 minutes, where would you feel the discomfort? And you tell him, you're gonna feel it in your elbows, your shoulders, in between your shoulder blades, your neck, and eventually your low back, your legs, your knees, and your feet. Why? Because your head is coming forward, and as it comes forward, all of the muscles from the entire back are gonna pull, and as they pull from your neck down to your hips, they move and they twist bones out of place. Now for him, the ASR, the PI and the AS. The ASR right there means your atlas is twisted to the right. And as it twists to the right, it pinches 4 nerves at the top part of the neck. 2 of the nerves go up. 2 of the nerves go down. So you could see things like headaches, migraines, insomnia, fatigue, depression, high blood pressure, digestive problems, heart problems, lung problems, and chronic neck and shoulder pain, all because that atlas is out of place. We also know that the low back is out of place because the muscles are pulling from top all the way to bottom. That's top of your left hip, that's top of your right hip, I'd let them know. We know that the right hip is higher than the left. They should be level. The right hip is higher than the left. The circle right there is bigger than the circle right there. So your left hip is twisted backwards, that's why that's bigger. Your right hip is twisted forwards, that's why that's smaller. And because the hips are twisting, right there, the bones are twisting and they're pinching what we call the sciatic nerves right there. And that can cause low back pain. That can cause pain down the legs, to the knees and the feet. So that is why you're experiencing low back pain, knee pain, and foot pain. The head's coming forward, 27 pounds of weight, your atlas is out of place, your hips are out of place, pinching the sciatic nerve, causing it down the line. Now, it's very important to say this. There's good news and there's bad news. If we look right here, right there, you're gonna see there and there, sharp edges right there. That's arthritis. You tell him good news and bad news. Bad news is you're in phase 2. Your disc problem, bone starting to form there. The good news is you're not in phase 3. So Dr. Jeff can accept your case and help you out. It takes him somewhere between 2 to 5 months to get it stable. 2 to 5 months, and you could do it one of 2 ways. Okay, it's 2 to 5 months. Why? Because Dr. Jeff does a very specific program that works. It's 24 specific adjustments based on your x-rays, and then he retakes an x-ray. And as long as at the x-ray he sees, number 1, that you're feeling better most of the time, and number 2, that they change, you measure different. When he shows you your x-rays, it'll measure and look different. As long as he sees that, Then he puts you on maintenance, which is less frequent. Now you can do our program two ways. You can either do the 24 adjustments quickly, 3 adjustments a week for 2 months, or you can do it over 5 months. If you do it over 5 months, the first 8 adjustments are twice a week. You prime the pump, you get it ready. Then visit number 9 through 24, it's 1 time a week, and then he takes an x-ray. At home, there is an at-home exercise program with very specific equipment that you will utilize to help put a curve back in and help stabilize the ligaments and muscles in the neck and the low back. So when the curve goes in and the head goes backwards and the hip comes out of twist, you'll stabilize the ligaments and muscles. That program is done at home 5 days a week, 10 minutes a day. Takes you 5 minutes, 5 days a week, 10 minutes a day. As long as you do that consistently, then you can either come for the quick version of 3 times a week for 2 months, or you can do the extended. Do you understand? If he says yes, then we say, which plan, does the 3 times a week for 2 months work for you? You get an answer on which plan works best if you remember, and then we go over the finances. So let's show you the finances again. If he chooses the quick version, the extended, then you go over the finances and you say, we go over the finances now. An adjustment is $30. 24 adjustments is $720. The re-x-ray is $99. The at-home program with the equipment is $250, so the total is $1,069. You can pay per visit. If you want to pay per visit, every time you come in, you pay. The total by the end becomes $1,069. If you want to save some money, there's 2 ways. You could do 2 payments. If you do 2 payments, you save 5%. 1 payment today, $508. 2 weeks later, another payment of $508. If you want the biggest savings, it's right here. It's 1 payment, 10% discount, over $100 worth of savings, and you go from $1,069 to $963. Which works best for you? If he chooses this one, he pays $508 today, then 2 weeks later he pays $508. Chooses this one, it's 10%, he pays $963 today. If he chooses this one, let him know that today's charge is $250 plus 30, so today's charge is $280. So, I'm sorry, $250 and 30 is $280. So if he pays per visit, today's charge is $250. He's going to get the equipment. We're going to show him how to do it. Plus 30 is $280. All right, so total will be $1,069 over whatever period of time. But today it's $250 and 30 is $280, and then every time he comes in, it's 30. If he chooses this one, it's $508 today, and 2 weeks later $508 with a 5% discount. Chooses this one, 10% discount, saves over $100, it's $963. We take check, we take credit card. I'm going to send this to you. Take a look. If you got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is the only Hispanic ROF we have tomorrow. I will take a video of the other ones coming in next week and the week after and send it to you, and we can go from there. Thanks.